There's no order in class.
No, I know. I was scared too, but it works.
I saw that, I used to be working as a teacher aide at various schools, so I know.
No, they need to be sitting there and that's how you learn, but it's not. Who said that we had to do that?
Hi everyone.
Hello, kia ora.
Stefi, thank you for this.
You're very welcome.
So before we talk about living in Christchurch, can we talk about yourself a little bit? Because I just know what your name is, which is Stefi Porter.
Yes, it is.
And I know where you are working because I am in your office. Yeah?
Yes, you are.
Can you introduce yourself, please?
Thank you. My name is Stefi Porter. I'm originally from Switzerland. I've been living in Christchurch for about 17 years now. But I came here as an international student as well to study English. That was really the reason I came to New Zealand.
But it's quite interesting because your home country is in Europe. And there is an English-speaking country, which is England. But you didn't go there. Why not? It is closer and easier.
Yes, but who wants to choose the easy way?
Okay.
And I chose New Zealand because it was just different. It was far away from Switzerland.
Switzerland, yes.
I thought, let's just go somewhere different. And then again, there was the choice between Auckland and Christchurch. And I thought, no, I don't want to go to the big city. I want to go somewhere cool and small and where I can really find my place. So I chose Christchurch and did a few months of English school here, and then very soon met my now husband.
How soon it was?
About 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh!
And my English was really, really bad.
And then what happened? So did you go back to your home country?
Yeah, I did. I travelled all around New Zealand first and kept coming back to Christchurch to catch up with this guy.
Okay.
And then I did continue to travel to Australia for a little bit and then went back home and worked, and we tried to do the long distance relationship.
It was hard.
It was really, really hard.
That's right.
And then he had a work trip to Europe anyway, so we caught back up and thought, no, let's give this a go. I came over for a holiday and then made the decision to move here.
So how many languages can you speak now?
Now I'm very fluent in just 2.
English, and the other one is?
High German.
Okay, all right.
And Swiss German. But my English is quite good now.
I thought you were a born Kiwi.
No.
Because your English was perfect when I listened to you.
Thank
you. I wish I could speak English like her.
To be honest, I was really fortunate in my second job here in New Zealand. My manager, she was a big fan of the English language, and I was working in marketing. So it was really important to get the language right.
Yes.
And she would teach me all these New Zealand colloquialism and the little tricks about the New Zealand languages. So I learned a lot from her. And a really good teacher.
Yeah, because you have a New Zealand accent. That's why I thought you were a Kiwi. So you said that you fell in love with living in Canterbury area in Christchurch.
Yes.
So what did you like most? So there are so many things.
There are so many things.
Yeah.
But it really is the accessibility to the outdoors.
Oh, okay.
That I can go skiing, it's 2 hours to be on a ski field.
Yes.
I can go surfing at the beach. I'm a runner, so I run the Port Hills. So out the window, we can see the beautiful Port Hills.
What is the most different thing or most interesting thing here?
So New Zealand is extremely young.
Yes.
And it's interesting to see how this culture is being shaped and how we appreciate history and what we can do with it and what we can learn from Te Ao Māori and their view of the world and how we should interact with each other. So very interesting time.
Yeah. This June, we celebrate the Matariki, yeah? And so can you explain a little bit about Matariki to my audience? I think you're better than me.
I don't know. Matariki marks the new year of the Maori calendar.
Yes, yes.
And that's when a cluster of stars appears in the sky, and it's only when that is up, that's when the new things begin. That's when the Maori people connect with their ancestors and remember the people who have passed.
Ah.
Because I'm from a completely different culture, I don't know exactly what they do, but I'm really pleased that we're exposed to more and that we're starting to learn this.
You know, makes sense perfectly, because even though we cannot see any plants growing during the winter, all stars in the winter. In Northern Hemisphere,
The calendar starts in January.
Yeah, we live in Southern Hemisphere. It should be around this time,
Actually,
yeah?
Yes.
So I like that, actually. And then we have one more holiday.
Yes, since this year's the first time. It's great.
Yes. Let's talk about living in Christchurch. Can you tell me about this organization, Christchurch
NZ?
Yes.
Christchurch NZ is the city promotion agency. It's a promotion agency for Christchurch.
Yes.
But we also the economic development agency. So we help businesses set up in Christchurch, for, make the city attractive for businesses to come, for investors to come, for students to come, because we want Christchurch to be the best place to live, study, work.
Oh yeah. And let's talk about study. These days, I've got a lot of inquiries about studying in New Zealand. Some people ask me if Christchurch is better than Auckland as a study venues.
Absolutely.
So,
the wonderful thing about Christchurch is that we are such we're a perfect size city.
Yes.
And we've got amazing education providers, and we have them at all levels. So we've got 3 university campuses here in town that are all in the top 1% in the world. We've got the University of Canterbury, which is a beautiful, large campus.
I agree.
It's amazing.
I studied there.
Oh, they do. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And then Lincoln University is slightly out of time in Lincoln. Then we've got amazing schools that allow that pathway. I think if students can come a bit earlier and experience the high school here, it really gives them a chance to settle and be nurtured. Schools do a really, really good job to make them feel welcome, to make them settle and fall in love. And look, that's how I ended up here.
Yes. This Christchurch is really, really good size for me, because we have everything as a city. And then, like you said, we can go to the mountain, go to the beach within 20 minutes. Yeah,
yes,
it's really convenient. And can you tell me about the living cost here?
Oh, the cost of living. Compared to Auckland and Wellington has gone up massively in rents, and Auckland has always been much higher than Christchurch. So Christchurch is really, really affordable for students. The cost of living is pretty much across the board lower than the other major cities in New Zealand. I believe our tuition fees and homestay fees are lower as well because of that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm the Partnership Manager for International Education for Christchurch Educated. Christchurch Educated is a member organisation of about 60 education providers.
Oh, okay.
So it's from primary school through to high school through to tertiary. And tertiary, we've got English language, we've got the private tertiaries and then the universities. So I work with them to provide a network for them to collaborate.
Yes.
In many things, in promoting Christchurch as a study destination, but also to strengthen those personal paths between the study pathway of a student. So because we all know each other, and Christchurch is where everybody knows everybody. Yeah. If you come here to study, you know that you are looked after all the way. People know each other. It's good to do that, and it provides you opportunities to then get into networks that might find you a job after you graduate.
So basically you are working with all those schools here, yeah?
Yes.
From primary to tertiary, yeah?
Yeah.
And I think the schools here in Christchurch, they are looking after the students very well.
The students deserve to be looked after because
Sure.
it's a big investment. It's a big decision for a parent to say, I'm sending my child overseas.
It's a big money, big decision. Yes.
Yeah. So you want to know that your child is in good hands. And I think we do that. We can provide that.
Your son is going to school, yeah? Primary school. So what year is he?
He's year 5.
You're
growing up fast.
Do you prefer he is learning in internationally mixed ethnicities or just in a monoculture school?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So what's the benefit of studying in international or diverse culture?
Obvious things that you're culturally more averse and the cultural intelligence that you can build with just being exposed to other cultures is worth so much. But it also builds resilience.
Yeah.
It teaches you to look at the world with a more open mind. And I think it's a very New Zealand thing too, because we are a nation of immigrants.
Yeah.
And you don't just sit down and do what you need to do academically. You get taught to be confident and caring and be part of be a global citizen more than just a monocultural.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think it's really important to be wide open to lots of different cultures, to be inclusive. Inclusive and help each other. And these days all the big problems are just global problems.
They are.
So we needed to collaborate to address those problems. I think we needed to provide these young minds to open out their eyes to see the whole picture. Yes, and then if they are in the international or multicultural environment, they just learn very naturally. You don't have to educate everything.
And I think it teaches them empathy and kindness because they understand the world differently. Yeah, it is very diverse.
These days, lots of educational experts, they say that 4 C's are very important in the future. The first one is critical thinking, like you said, and the second one is communication.
Yes.
Third one is collaboration.
It is.
And the fourth one is creativity.
Yeah.
So I think this kind of multicultural environment is providing everything.
Absolutely. That's what it's meant to do. And that's our school system is gearing that way.
I don't know how they created that kind of education system here, but it's
a young country.
Yes.
I think that's the benefit. Because as they say, Korea and Switzerland, they're old countries.
Korea, so we have a tradition.
There's a lot of tradition.
To follow.
It took me a while to get used to not having tradition. And I had to let go of some traditions that for me were quite, that was the norm. That's the way it's always been in Switzerland. And living in New Zealand, that has changed for me quite a bit. I had to be more open-minded about things and let things go. Let students sit wherever they think is best for them to learn, rather than sit at the table and focus.
Some Korean parents find it very difficult because from their own perspective, there is no order in class.
No, I know. I was scared too, but it works.
It works very beautifully, actually. I saw that, I used to be working as a teacher aide at middle school.
Oh, lovely.
So I know.
No, they need to be sitting there and that's how you learn, but it's not. Who said that we had to do that? It is a tradition. Why did we sit in one classroom with one teacher at the front?
Yes, and we have to all look at the same direction. But here in 뉴질랜드, they just sit on the floor and they just move around a lot. Everywhere is like a classroom.
And isn't it true that we all learn best where we feel comfortable.
Sure.
So if they feel comfortable sitting on the floor, as much as I didn't like it, I now have to, I saw the difference and see that, actually, he did learn something. It's not just sitting there.
Well, I think we have covered almost everything. Do you have more to talk? So, okay, I speak to my audience who are thinking of studying English or studying abroad to come to Christchurch.
To Christchurch. Work-life balance is the answer for Christchurch. It's why I'm here. So my brothers leave house at 7 o'clock in the morning and they see their children at 7 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Here, I go to work at 9 o'clock. And well, my husband leaves at 8, but he's home at 5 o'clock every night, and we can have dinner together. We have more time together, and that's what I really love about New Zealand and Christchurch. I sleep more in New Zealand. Do you sleep more?
I think so, but definitely I sleep earlier. Yeah, I go to bed earlier.
In Switzerland, 6 hours was sort of was fine. In New Zealand, I need 8 hours. But it's good. I get it. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's good for you.
Yes,
really
because
good
during
for
the
you.
day you feel more energetic.
Yes.
Yeah, with a good sleep. That's right.
And because we don't have to rush off to work,
we have plenty of
it's
time.
it's that work-life balance. It's
I
it's
like
really
that.
Good.
I like that. Yep. Well, I think we have to wrap up here. So thank you very much, Stefi.
Go back to work. It was wonderful. Thank you very much for the opportunity talking to you.
Thank you.
So I hope you'll come.
Yeah,
Please.
they will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Kia ora.